Praise the Lord. Hi everybody, welcome you all to this next session on definite integrals where we are dealing with properties of definite integrals. Dear students, in the previous session we have solved the property P0, P1, P2 and P3 also. Okay, so P0 and P1 are just properties, proofs would not be asked. P2 there are chances of proof being asked, but they have not asked even once in the main examination. Now coming to P3, along with this proof there is one question which can be asked and which has already been asked 3 times, and we have already dealt it in the previous session. Now in this session we are going to deal the most important property out of these properties, because this is the property which has been asked more number of times, because there are a lot of questions which has been asked along with this proof. Okay, so today we are going to see the proof of P4, which goes like this. Okay, integral from 0 to a f of x dx is nothing but integral from 0 to a f of a minus x dx. Now as I told you, this proof P4 is the special part of P3, because if you put a is equal to 0 and b is equal to a in P3, you get back P4. Okay, and the proof of P4 also follows similar to P3. Okay, so let us not waste much of our time. We'll directly jump on to the proof of P4 and the problems related to them. Okay, are you ready? So we have written down P4. So proof goes like this: 0 to a f of x dx is nothing but 0 to a f of a minus x dx. I have to prove this. Let us see the proof. For proof, as I did in the previous one, let me consider the RHS. Your RHS is 0 to a f of a minus x dx. Okay, so this question I am going to start with the substitution method. Okay, similar to the previous proof, I am going to put a minus x as t. Okay, now if you differentiate with respect to t, now derivative of differentiating with respect to x, derivative of x is nothing but 1, where because it is minus x it is minus 1. So this becomes dt by dx. So if you cross multiply, you will get minus dx is nothing but dt, or you can also write dx is nothing but minus dt. Okay, now let us keep this part. Now along with this, as I told you, this is a definite integral, so you have to change the limits. Okay, so the lower limit is when x is equal to 0. So if you put x is equal to 0, t will be, look here, it will be a minus 0, so it would be nothing but a, isn't it? Very simple one. Now if when x is equal to a, if upper limit, so if you put a minus a, t will be, actually this would be nothing but a minus a, that is nothing but 0. Is it clear? When x is equal to 0, t would be actually a minus 0, that is nothing but a. Similarly, when x is equal to a, t would be a minus a, that is nothing but 0. Okay, now this is the substitution part. Keep it aside and we'll see what happens to the integral. Okay, so this is nothing but, as I told you, I have minus dt here. I have kept this minus outside. Integral from, now listen, integral 0 to a becomes a to 0. Okay, when x was 0, t will be a, so this would be a to 0 f of, remember a minus x is taken as t and dx would be dt. Okay, so this is nothing but, now as I told you, using the property, if I have to change the limits, then minus sign will be given. So already I have minus sign, so if I change the limits, I will get 0 to a f of t dt. Okay, this is by using what? As I told you, I am using the property P1 here. Okay, by P1 I am going to write this as minus of a to 0 f of t dt is 0 to a f of t dt. Once again, by using a property P0, 0 to a f of t dt can be written as 0 to a f of x dx, isn't it? The reason is by P0. That is what we have the property. I have told you we will be using P0 and P1 almost in every property there. So please be very careful, right? Now look what happens here. This is nothing but my LHS, isn't it? 0 to a f of x dx. So I considered RHS and proved LHS. You can say therefore integral from 0 to a f of x dx is nothing but integral from 0 to a f of a minus x dx. Okay, so this is the proof part of this. The proof of this integral is very easy. So it's very easy to prove this proof, hence proved. Okay. Now along with this, as I told you, there will be a question which has been asked in the previous years also for 6 marks, and that is the procedure even now. Along with the proof, there will be a question which will be asked for 6 marks. Okay. Now since the proof is over, we are going to see the problems related to this question. Okay. So we are moving on to the first question which is related to this proof. Okay. He has given, I have to hence evaluate 0 to a root x divided by root of x plus root of a minus x dx. This question has been asked 2 times along with this proof. The same question in March 2018 and recently concluded September 2020 for 6 marks. Okay. So let us find the solution for this. Let me consider I is nothing but, that is the integral as root x divided by root x plus root of a minus x dx. Okay. Consider the given integral, whichever I consider it as equation 1. Okay. Okay. Now applying the above property, that is, which is the above property I am applying now, P4. Okay. See what happens. So I is nothing but integral 0 to a, as I told you, wherever you have a, replace a by a minus x. So this would be root of a minus x divided by, again root of x is replaced by a minus x plus root of a minus x is replaced as a minus x. Please be careful. Okay. Just replacing a by a minus x and see what happens. This is nothing but integral 0 to a root of a minus x divided by root of a minus x plus root of, remember now if you remove the bracket, plus a and minus a will get cancelled and minus of minus becomes plus x root x dx. Okay. This is again integral I. Now I will consider this as equation 2. Okay. So the given integral is considered as equation 1, and after using the property once, whatever is resultant, I will use it as equation 2. Okay. Now I will add equation 1 and 2 and see what happens. Okay. So adding equations 1 and 2 we get. So the left hand side of equation 1 and 2 is nothing but I plus I. Okay. So this is nothing but, what is the first integral I have? 0 to a, actually it is root x dx divided by root x plus root of a minus x plus, now what is the second interval? It is 0 to a root of a minus x divided by, I can write it as root of a minus x plus root x or root x plus root of a minus x dx. Okay. Now you can see that using the property of integrals, you can take a common integral for this because the numerator is same, sorry, denominator is same. So 0 to a, now you can take a common denominator for both, it is root x plus root of a minus x dx as it is. From the from this integral you have root x plus from this integral you have root of a minus x. You can see here we have the same factors, both the factors would be cancelling, you are just left over with integral 0 to a dx. Okay. So this is nothing but, and one more change, I plus I can be taken as 2i. So follow it in every step. So 2i is nothing but integral of dx would be x within the limits 0 to a. Okay. So, if you apply the limits, it will be a minus 0 simply, and this is nothing but 2i. Okay. Therefore, you can write I is nothing but a minus 0 is a and divided by 2. So, your I value is a divided by 2, or else you can say I means integral from 0 to a, where you started, integral from 0 to a root x dx divided by root x plus root of a minus x is nothing but a divided by 2. Okay. So, very simple proof this is. Remember, this would be the final answer for the given problem also. So, the proof part of the property is also very simple. Along with this, if they ask you this question, you can easily solve this and get 6 marks. Okay. So, you can practice this and easily solve the question. Okay. So, we are going to solve the other questions which has been asked along with this property. Okay. Are you ready? So, the second question we have related to this property is, we have to find the evaluate this integral 0 to pi by 2 root of sin x divided by root sin x plus root cos x dx. It was asked in the year July 2016. Okay. So, whatever the given integral is, I am going to consider it as equation 1. Okay. Once I consider it is, I will applying the, I am going to say the above properties, because in the exam I would be doing only one question. Okay. Using the above property, which is the property, actually this is P4. Okay. We get, what happens if you use the property? See here, I is nothing but integral 0 to pi by 2, just replace x by a minus x. Your a value is pi by 2. Please be careful. So, this is sin of pi by 2 minus x, okay, dx divided by root of, similarly it is sin of pi by 2 minus x plus root of cos of pi by 2 minus x as it is. Okay. So, I have used the property and see what happens. Now, I am going to use the integration concept here. So, 0 to pi by 2. Now, what happens to sin of 90 minus x or cos of 90 minus x? So, using the above property, sin of 90 minus theta would be taken as cos theta. Similarly, cos of 90 minus theta can be written as sin theta. So, what happens? Sin of 90 minus x can be taken as root of cos x dx divided by root of, similarly sin of 90 minus x would be root of cos x plus root of cos of 90 minus x would be sin x. So, it is root of sin x, and this is again I have treated as I and take this as equation 2. Okay. Now, I am going to add equation 1 and 2. So, adding equation 1 and 2, we get the left hand side part is I plus I, that is nothing but 0 to pi by 2. Here I have is root of sin x dx divided by root of sin x plus root of cos x, isn't it? Plus, now integral in the second equation would be root of cos x dx divided by root of, now root cos x plus root sin x can be again written as root sin x plus root cos x, because addition is commutative. Okay. Now, this can be written as, you can look here, I plus I can be written as 2i. Okay. Now, this is nothing but 0 to pi by 2. Now, you can see here the denominator for both the integrals is same. So, I'll get the denominator as root sin x plus root of cos x. Okay. And this is integrated with respect to x. Now, look at the numerator. For the first integral, the numerator is root sin x plus, from the second integral, the numerator is root cos x. Is it clear? Now, it is very clear, both the terms root sin x plus cos x and root sin x plus root cos x gets cancels. So, we are just left over with integral of dx. Okay, isn't it? So, see what happens, left hand side is 2y itself, this is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 2. all the terms are cancelled, you are just left over with integral of dx. Okay, so this is nothing but integral of dx is nothing but x within the limit 0 to pi by 2. Okay, the left hand side will be 2y itself. This is nothing but, if you apply the limit, this would be upper limit is pi by 2 minus 0. So 2I is nothing but pi by 2 minus 0. Therefore, I is nothing but, it is pi by 2 divided by 2. Okay, it would be pi by 4, because 90 minus 0 is pi by 2 itself. And remember, don't cancel this 2 and 2 because it would be divided. So I value is pi by 4. Okay, so if I have to write in detail, or else integral from 0 to pi by 2, sorry, integral from 0 to pi by 2. What is the question we started with? Root of sin x dx divided by root of cos x plus root of sin x. Okay, or as root sin x plus root cos x can be written as, the answer is pi by 4. Okay, very simple proofs these are. The problems are very easy. If they ask you in the examination, it's worth trying this question to get 6 marks. Okay, is it clear? Now the next question we have is integral from 0 to pi by 2 sin x power 3 by 2 divided by sin x power 3 by 2 plus cos x power 3 by 2. This question is very similar to the previous question. Only thing is, when you have root is nothing but power half, but this is nothing but power 3 by 2. We almost follow the same procedure. Okay, now I am going to give this question as an homework for you. You can try this by yourself. Only thing is, as I told you, just follow the same steps, nothing will be changed. In place of root, you would be writing 3 by 2. And one more thing is, it's a lucky part for this kind of questions. The answer for this integral would again be pi by 4 itself. You will simply follow the same steps. Okay, now you might be wondering how. Look here. So you will start with the integral, whatever he has given, and if you apply P4, x is replaced by 90 minus x. Similarly, sin of 90 minus x will become cos of cos x. Similarly, the other 3 functions. Now as we did, we are going to add equation 1 and 2. If you add, left hand side becomes 2i, and as we have done in the previous question, numerator denominator completely cancels. You are just left over with dx. Okay, next integral of dx would be x. If you apply the limits, it would simply be pi by 2. Now the left hand side is 2i, therefore I would be pi by 2. Okay, so the answer for this question also would be pi by 4, and you can try it by yourself. I am going to give this question for you as a homework. Okay, hope you are happy to solve this question by yourself. Right, shall we move on to the next question? Moving on to the next question which has been asked on this property is integral from 0 to pi by 2 cos power 5x dx divided by sin power 5x plus cos power 5x. Okay, this is asked in the year March 2019. Again, this question is very similar to the previous proof itself. Okay, now look here, whatever the given integral is, I am going to consider it as equation 1, and as usual applying the above property, that is P4. Look here, how you go, what happens if you apply the property P4 here. Now I is nothing but, as we do here, just replace x by a minus x. Here a is pi by 2. So it would be cos of 90 minus x, that is pi by 2 minus x power 5, okay, divided by sin of pi by 2 minus x again power 5 plus cos power 5 of, you can write it as pi by 2 minus x. Okay, and this is dx. Right, now again, as we used in the previous one, sin of 90 minus theta is replaced by cos theta, and cos of 90 minus theta can be written as sin theta. Okay, see what happens. This is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 2. Your cos of 90 minus theta would be, actually it is sin power 5x. Okay, similarly this sin of 90 minus theta would be taken it as cos power 5 x as it is, plus cos power 5 can be written as actually sin power 5x, because cos of 90 minus theta is sin x, and this is dx. This is nothing but my equation 2. You can see that this is exactly the same procedure followed for the previous question. Okay. Now adding equation 1 and 2, we are going to get, see what happens. The left hand side is I plus I, that is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 2. Actually here I have cos power 5x dx divided by actually sin power 5x plus cos power 5x, okay, plus integral of this term, that is 0 to pi by 2. Now the numerator here is sin power 5x dx divided by, I am going to just shift this. Okay, first I am going to write sin term. So it is sin power 5x plus cos power 5x. Okay, now you can see there, if you add I plus I will be nothing but 2I. This is nothing but, for both the integral, the common integral you have 0 to pi by 2, and the denominator is also common. You can write it as sin power 5x plus cos power 5x dx. Now taking to the numerator, you are going to get cos power 5x plus sin power 5x, or you can write it as sin power 5x plus cos power 5x. Okay. Now as we see here, both the terms will get cancelled. You will get the integral 0 to pi by 2 purely dx. Okay. So this is nothing but integral of dx is x within the limits 0 to pi by 2. Okay. So if you apply the limit, it would be pi by 2 minus 0, that is nothing but pi by 2. Okay. Remember, the left hand side is 2i. 2i is nothing but pi by 2. Therefore I is nothing but pi by 2 divided by 2, that is pi by 2 into 2, it is nothing but pi by 4. You can see here the answer for this question is also same as the previous question, which is pi by 4. Okay. Or else, as we usually do, you can write the same question as 0 to pi by 2. The original question was cos power 5x dx divided by sin power 5x plus cos power 5x is nothing but pi divided by 4. Okay. Very simple proof solutions this is. If they ask you, you can easily get the answer. Right, students. So the next question which can be asked for this question is, this has not been asked, but this question is again very similar to the previous question. Only thing is, there the power is 5, here the power is 4, and as I tell you, the answer for this question is also pi divided by 4. The same procedure, only thing is, there the term was cos, here the term is sin. But when you apply the property, when you add equation 1 and 2, it will again be reduced to 2i is equal to integral pi by 2 dx. Okay. So I am going to leave this question for you as an assignment, because there are a lot of questions related to this property. Okay. Right. Shall we move to the next question? Okay, dear students, the next question which has been asked related to this property is integral from 0 to pi by 2, 2 log of sin x minus log of sin 2x dx. This is a very special question, because we are going to use different method or to solve or to find the solution for this. Okay. So look here, we have to use lot of steps here. So let me write 0 to pi by 2. Okay. 2 times log of sin x, first term is actually as it is, minus, now log of, remember I am going to use sin 2x formula here. We know sin 2x is formula is 2 sin x into cos x I have taken, because that is nothing but sin 2x. Okay. That is nothing but, the next step is 0 to pi by 2, it is 2 times log of sin x, okay, minus, now this is of the form, remember, log m into n. Okay. Is it clear? So log m into n, look at the properties of logarithms. If you log m into n can be written as log m plus log n. If you have another function, it can again be written as log k if you want. Okay. So in the same pattern, I am going to write this as, because the outside sign is minus, I am going to write it as log 2 minus log of sin x, okay, minus log of cos x, okay, dx. That is, I'm writing this in terms of log m plus log n and log k. Okay, right now look, see what happens. This is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 2. 2 times log of sin x minus log of sin x can be written as log of sin x as it is. Okay, now minus I'm going to write log of cos x, okay, minus log 2 dx. Okay, now let me split the integral and see what happens. This is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 4 log of sin x dx, okay, minus integral 0 to pi by 4 log of cos x dx minus integral 0 to pi by 2 log 2 dx. Okay, please be very careful, log 2 is a constant here. Okay, now see what happens. Now applying P4 for only one integral. Okay, you need every time when we say apply a property, you need not apply everywhere. You can apply wherever you want. Only thing is you have to apply for the one. When you apply for an integral, it should be completely applied for that one. Okay, now I'm going to apply either, it's up to you. For this question you can either apply the property for first integral itself or the second integral. Okay, and one more small change, dear students, I had written pi by 4, actually it is pi by 2 and pi by 2, I'm very sorry. Okay, this is pi by 2 as it is. So this is nothing but integral 0 to pi by 2 as it is. Now let me write this log of sin x dx as it is. Okay, minus integration from 0 to pi by 2. Now I'm going to use the property here, which is P4, that is cos of x can be written as a minus x. Here a is pi by 2, so cos of 90 minus x dx. Okay, minus, remember log 2 is a constant, I'm keeping outside, integral from 0 to pi by 2 dx. It is purely dx. Okay, so now this is nothing but integral 0 to pi by 2 log of sin x dx minus integral 0 to pi by 2 log of, now look here, again as I told you, what is cos of 90 minus x? Cos of 90 minus x can be written as sin x, and this is dx minus log 2 into, let me write this once again, it is 0 to pi by 2 dx. Now you can look here, now I have 0 to pi by 2 log of sin x dx with plus minus log of sin x dx, the same integral, this positive sign and negative integral both will get cancelled. I am just left over with minus of log 2 into integral between 0 to pi by 2 dx. Okay, this is nothing but, let me keep this log 2 which is constant as it is, integral of dx is nothing but x within the limits 0 to pi by 2. Okay, this is nothing but minus log 2, and applying the limits, upper limit is pi by 2 minus lower limit is 0. So the answer is pi by 2 minus 0 would be simply pi by 2. So I can write it as minus log 2 into pi whole divided by 2, or else you can write it as minus pi by 2 into log 2. This is it clear? It's a very important proof. This question will also be asked in your CET. Okay, sometimes he has asked in CET question also evaluate this integral. Remember, this is a standard integral. This integral can be asked along with the property P4. Okay, one more note, dear students. So or else the same answer in your CET they may give you another option like pi by 2 into log of, remember this minus can be written as 2 power minus 1. So 2 power minus 1 is nothing but 1 by 2. So the same answer either can be written as minus pi by 2 log 2, or it is pi by 2 log half. Okay, standard results these are. If you can solve it 1 or 2 times, you can easily do it in the examination. Okay, so this is the solution for the given integral. Moving on to the next question, I have integral from 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan x dx. This was asked in the year March 2014. Okay, so we're going to prove for this. So this is nothing but 0 to pi by 4. Remember the limit here is pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan of, as I will use the property a minus x, that is pi by 4 minus x dx. Okay, you can use in you can see the reason is applying P4 or else applying the property, you can say. I am applying the property here. This is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 4. This is log of 1 plus, now this is of the form tan of a minus b. We know the formula in trigonometry, tan of a minus b is tan a minus tan b divided by 1 plus tan a into tan b. So you can write it as tan of a, that is tan 45, tan pi by 4, isn't it? So it is tan a minus tan b divided by 1 plus tan a, that is tan pi by 4 into tan b, that is tan x dx. Okay, so this is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus, we all know tan 45 is 1, so you can write it as 1 minus tan x divided by 1 plus tan x dx. Okay, the reason is, you know it, because tan pi by 4 is nothing but 1. Okay, right. So let's take the LCM now, see what happens. This is nothing but integral 0 to pi by 4 log of, denominator will be 1 plus tan x. Okay, if you cross multiply here, you will get 1 plus tan x plus 1 minus tan x dx. Is it clear? Now here plus tan and minus tan gets cancelled. This is nothing but integral 0 to pi by 4 log of, remember 1 plus 1 would be actually 2 divided by 1 plus tan x dx. Okay, is it clear? These are basic simplifications. This is nothing but integral 0 to pi by 2. Again I am going to use the property of logarithms. Log of m by n can be written as log m minus log n. Okay, so this integral will reduce to log 2 minus log of 1 plus tan x dx. Okay, right. Now I am going to split the integral and see what happens. This is nothing but integral 0 to pi by 2 log 2 minus, dx minus integral 0 to pi by, I am very sorry, it is pi by 4. So it is pi by 4, it is log of 1 plus tan x dx. Now dear students, you should be noting that we started with 0 to pi by 4 log of 1 plus tan x dx. Let me take it as equation 1 now. Okay, so left hand side is actually I is nothing but as we know it, log 2 is a constant, let me keep it outside, 0 to pi by 4 dx minus, we know this is nothing but I. Reason is, you can say by using equation 1. Okay, so if you bring I to the left hand side, you will get I plus I, that is nothing but 2I. This is nothing but log 2 into integral of dx would be x within the limit 0 to pi by 4. Okay, so 2I is nothing but log 2 into, if you apply the limits, this would be pi by 4 minus 0. So it would be simply pi by 4 log 2. This is nothing but 2I, remember. Therefore, the value of I, that is the final answer. The value of I is nothing but this 2 would be multiply here. So pi by 4 2s are 8 into log 2. Okay, the students, one more thing is, please be very careful with this integral. This is a very important question even for your CET examination, because many times he has exactly asked this question for evaluate, or he would give you this question with 4 options, and this is the question which has been asked more than 3 or 4 times even in your CET examinations. Okay, so you can remember this result directly because you cannot prove the entire proof in CET examination. Okay, so this is the solution for the above given integral. Dear students, we almost finished all the questions which has been asked in the examination related to this property, but there are few more questions in the exercise which are open to be asked along with this proof. Okay, now look at this simple question, integral from 0 to pi by 2 cos square x dx. Okay, now there are, in the previous sessions we have already seen this, we can use cos 2 theta formula and solve this, but we are going to solve this question using the property now. Okay, see how beautifully this question can be asked, solved in the other way now. Now this is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 2, this is, okay, integral from 0 to pi by 2 cos square x dx. Let me take it as equation 1. Okay, so I is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 2 cos square, remember I am going to use a is replaced by a minus x by applying P4, remember the properties, okay, by applying P4. Now this is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 2. Now as we again tell you, cos of 90 minus theta can be written as sin theta, so it could be sin square x dx. The left hand side is I, so this is equation 2. Okay, now I've got two equations, as usual adding equation 1 and 2. So adding equations 1 and 2, we get left hand side is I plus I, that is nothing but integral from 0 to pi by 2. The first integral is cos square x dx plus the second integral is 0 to pi by 2 sin square x dx. Okay, now I plus I is 2y, this is nothing but, remember you can add the functions only if the integral is between the same limits. Okay, so we have same limit 0 to pi by 2, I will actually get cos square x plus sin square x dx. Okay, so this is nothing but, we know this is the standard property in trigonometry, this is a basic identity, cos square theta plus sin square theta is nothing but 1. Okay, so using the property sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, you just have simply dx or 1 dx. This is nothing but, if you integrate, integral of dx is nothing but x within the limits 0 to pi by 2, that is nothing but, if you apply the limits it is purely x, so it is pi by 2 minus 0, that is simply pi by 2. Remember the left hand side is 2i, so 2i is equal to pi by 2, therefore I is nothing but pi by 4. Okay, very simple question, or you can say integral 0 to pi by 2 sin square x, sorry, it is cos square x, isn't it? Even if it is sin square x, it would be pi by 2 itself. Integral 0 to sin square x dx also would be equal to pi by 2, or integral 0 to pi by 2, actually we had cos square x dx, this is also equal to pi by 4. You can prove the same question starting with cos sin square x, you would still get the same answer, pi by 4. Okay, you can take this question, this thing as an homework and try it, applying the property and following the same steps. Okay, right? So we have proved this result now, integral of 0 to pi by 2 cos square x dx is nothing but pi by 4. Okay, moving on to the next question. Question which is eligible to be asked along with this property is integral from 0 to 2 x into root of 2 minus x dx. Okay, let me take it as equation 1. Okay, so let us apply the property P4. So this is nothing but integral from 0 to 2. Now as I told you, x is replaced by a minus x, here a is nothing but 2. So 2 minus x, okay, into root of 2 minus x is replaced by, as I told you, 2 minus x, please be very careful, dx. How? By using P4. Moving on to the next step, this is nothing but integral from 0 to 2, this is 2 minus x, okay, into root of, look here, this is 2 minus minus of minus is nothing but plus x dx, right? So this is nothing but integral from 0 to 2. Let me write this 2 minus x. Remember, it's a factor, use a bracket. Minus 2 and 2 gets cancels. It is just root x dx. Okay, so this is nothing but integral 0 to 2. It is 2 root x minus x root x dx. Okay, so this is nothing but let me split the integral from 0 to 2. 2 is a constant I've kept as it is. We know root x is nothing but x power half dx minus again integral from 0 to 2. X root x is nothing but x power 3 by 2 dx. Okay, so this is nothing but 2 into integral of x power 1 by 2 is nothing but 1 by 2 plus 1 would be 3 by 2. So integral x power 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 within the limits 0 to 2 minus again integral of x power 3 by 2 is x power 3 by 2 plus 1. So x power 5 by 2 divided by 5 by 2 within the limits 0 to 2. Okay, so this is nothing but 2 into, now the reciprocal of 3 by 2 would be 2 by 3 into, let me use the property, apply the limits, 2 power 3 by 2 minus 0 power 3 by 2. Okay, minus again reciprocal of 5 by 2 is nothing but 2 by 5 into it is 2 power 5 by 2 minus 0 power 5 by 2. Okay, basic calculations. This is nothing but 2 2s is 4 divided by 3 into, you can see here 3 by 2 is nothing but 1 and a half, that is nothing but 2 root 2, right, and 0 power anything is nothing but 0 minus 2 power 5 into 2 power 5 by 2 is nothing but 2 and a half, so that is nothing but 2 and a half is nothing but 4 root 2 because 2 square into root 2. Okay, 2 power 5 by 2 is nothing but 2 square root 2, that is 4 root 2 minus this is 0. Okay, right, this is nothing but, see the value here, multiply. So it is 4 2s are 8 root 2 divided by 3 minus again 4 2s are 8 root 2 divided by 5. Okay, so if you take the common term in both the term is 8 root 2, you have 1 by 3 minus 1 by 5. Okay, so this is nothing but 8 root 2 into LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. So is 3 5s would be 15 and 5 3s would be 15. So this is nothing but 8 root 2 into 5 minus 3 is 2 divided by 15. So final answer would be 8 2s is 16 root 2 divided by 15 is the solution for the given integral. Remember, when they give you the problem related to property, you have to apply the property at least once. Okay, once you apply the property, that's enough. You can solve it using the regular procedure, however it is required for that question, right? Okay, dear students, we'll wind up this session with one last question. Let us consider I is equal to 0 to 1 x into 1 minus x whole power n dx. Okay, this is nothing but integral from 0 to 1. I'm going to use the property a is replaced, x is replaced by a minus x. Here a is nothing but 1, remember. So it is 1 minus x into 1 minus of x is replaced as 1 minus x power n dx. Okay, reason is by applying P4. Next, so when you apply P4 now, see what happens next. So it is 0 to 1. 1 minus x is as it is. Now if you see here, remove the bracket 1 minus 1 minus of minus becomes plus x whole power n dx. Okay, now plus 1 minus 1 gets cancels. This is integral between the limit 0 to 1, 1 minus x into, it is purely simply x power n dx. Okay, so this is nothing but integral from 0 to 1, 1 into x power n is nothing but x power n minus x power n into x is nothing but x power n plus 1 dx. Okay, very simple term. Now this is nothing but a standard result. Integral of x power n is nothing but x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1 minus integral of, already you have x power n plus 1 plus 1. So it would be x power n plus 1, sorry, n plus 2 divided by n plus 2 within the limits 0 to 1. Okay, this is nothing but 1 divided by n plus 1 into, it is 1 power n plus 1 minus 0 power n plus 1. Similarly, minus 1 divided by n plus 2 into 1 power n plus 2 minus 0 power n plus 2. Okay, right. So this is nothing but 1 divided by n plus 1 into, this is 1 and this is completely 0, minus 1 divided by n plus 2. Similarly, it is 1 minus 0. So this is nothing but, you have 1 divided by n plus 1 minus 1 divided by n plus 2. For simplification purpose, let us use the LCM. So n plus 1 into n plus 2 would be the denominator. I already have n plus 1, use the factor n plus 2 minus, here the factor is n plus 1. Remember, when you have two factors, use a bracket. Now removing the bracket, it will be n plus 2 minus n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into n plus 2. Okay, so plus n and minus n gets cancels. 2 minus 1 would be 1 divided by n plus 1 into n plus 2. Okay, so this would be the final answer for the above given question. Is it clear? Very easy sums these are. If they give you for your examination for 6 marks along with the proof, you can easily solve this. Okay, right? Dear students, before winding up this session, I am going to give you, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, these questions, 6 questions which are also eligible to be asked along with the property we have just proved. Okay, so these 6 questions I am giving you for an assignment for you to solve the questions using the property. Okay, and one more thing is, the last question is a very important question for CET purpose, because it has already been asked in CET many times to evaluate this integral. And one lucky part here is, this question is been solved in your textbook in example 44. Okay, the other 5 questions you have to solve it by yourself using the property which you have already proved. Okay, similar to the questions which we have just solved. Though they are not asked in any of their examinations along with the property, there are chances of these also to be asked. ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಇಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ P4 ಪ್ರೂಫು ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂಥ ಒಂದು 10 ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಿನ ಸೆಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಉಳಿದಿರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ನ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಅದರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ನ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ 6 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸು ನೀವು ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ತಗೋಬೋದು. ನೀವು ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಷನ್ನ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ LPP ಗಿಂತ ಈಸಿನೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Right students, in this session we have solved the property P4 and almost 10 questions related to this property. Okay, right. So kindly practice these questions and get ready for the remaining 2 properties, the proof of those properties and the questions related to this. One more hint before leaving, the property P5 is not being asked in the examination, and there are no questions related to this also. So the only 2 important properties left over here would be P6 and P7. Even they have asked major number of times the property P7. Okay, so we are going to see the remaining properties and the problems in the next session. Until then, keep practicing and just waiting. Okay, so we'll meet again in the next session. Until then, take care and bye.
ಯಾರು 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 ಯಾರಿಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು, ನೂರು 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 ಬದುಕೋ ದಾರಿ ನೂರು ನೂರು. ಯಾರು 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 ಯಾರಿಗಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು, ನೂರು 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 ಬದುಕೋ ದಾರಿ ನೂರು ನೂರು. ಬೆಳೆಯೋನೆಂದು ಸೋಲೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಲಿತೋನೆಂದು ಬಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ತುಳಿಯೋನೆಂದು ಉಳಿಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರನ್ಯಾರು ಬೆಳೆಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ.